Hello there! Welcome to Dharma Science Radio. My name is Ian, and today we're talking about the difference between knowledge and power.
It's why projectors are used and abused. If you're a projector and you try to get a divorce, haha, good luck. Eh? What a battle that's going to be. You see, even if your partner hates your guts, even if they despise the very ground you walk on, the hardest thing in the world for them to do is give up that attention. It's hard to do. You see, we have mutual addictions in the not-self. You know, the projector that is addicted to plugging in with the person who's addicted to having the attention. And the one who's addicted to having the attention wants the attention because it makes them feel like somebody likes them, loves them, thinks they're worthy, thinks they're important. Even if it's not true, they hold on to it. So projectors get lost in that whole movie. They lose both ways. It's a lose-lose situation for them. It's all about the knowledge. It's very, very detailed. You know, a projector has to go very deep. They have to go deeper than anybody else. They have to learn things that really don't even matter to other people. They need to understand it all. It's what gives them their power. You see, they get their energy from knowledge. You know, it's different. You know? They don't thrive on the natural source of energy. It's their knowledge that gives them access to the right energy, or not.
You see, raw power itself belongs fundamentally with the generators and the manifestors as the energy types within the human design system. The projectors and the reflectors, their power is found a little differently. For the projectors, power is found simply in the nature of knowledge itself. For the projector, one must study. One must really understand what they're talking about. One must recognize a higher order in life that others can then invite that perspective into their life. For the projector, it's all about the knowledge. It's all about the knowledge, and it's all about the knowledge. It is knowing the difference between right and wrong for you individually, personally. It's knowing the difference between right and wrong for others, specifically, individually, personally, on very mechanical, detail-oriented levels. It's very specific. The danger of this nature is that if you are depending upon the energy of others, if you depend upon the power from others without recognizing your own power, your own knowledge, then you're likely to be seeking from outside of yourself. And when you're seeking from outside of yourself where to plug in, well, then you don't recognize yourself. You don't know who you are and you don't know what you're doing, so you're seeking outside what you can't give yourself. And the projector is here for the exact opposite. And the nature of a projector is that when you see for yourself, when you truly see for yourself, then others begin to notice that there's something different about you, because your aura will attract those who need what you have to say. And it will only attract those who need what you have to say when you're not seeking them out, because you can't find them on your own. Only life can bring them to you when you trust yourself and when you trust life. It's a very different organism to be a projector, to work with knowledge in this way. For us generators, for people like me, it's not about the knowledge, you know. I happen to love studying and knowledge because I'm a first line with 9 activations in this first line. It's part of who and what I am to study and to understand and to really get to the bottom of it. And yet I don't need to do that necessarily to be myself on the general level. All I need to do is to trust my inner authority, my inner yes and no, as a sacral being, to guide me along my way to find my life. And as projectors, you don't have access to an inner yes-no mechanism. You do have access to your inner authority. You do have access to color if you are paying attention, and only if you're paying attention.
And so when you enter into the projector process, you enter into a real journey. I say over and over again, my dilemma with having to introduce this knowledge to adults. Because I empathize deeply with projectors. I do. You know, it's not the instant gratification of a generator. It isn't. It's different. You know, it takes a different approach, a long-term approach, a different view. But it takes a real dedication to the knowledge. It's not so easy in that sense for projectors to have the moment-by-moment gratification. And success for them is as they gain awareness concept by concept by concept. It's this grasping of how things work that give the projector its power. And each time they grasp how something works, it gets integrated deeper and deeper into this very, very analytical system. They're masters of looking at the world. And they're all wearing these masks so they cannot see. And it comes back, as always, to understanding something. Strategy is a secondary thing for the projector, but authority is always there for them. And to learn to trust that authority. Because in the beginning, it's the only thing that protects them from the wrong other. You know, when you begin your process in human design as a projector, you have people in your life. You know, it's normal. And of course, those people in your life, they're a problem for you. They are. They hold you to all that conditioning. They expect you to be the way they expect you to be, the way you have been. They don't want you probing them. They just want your attention and nothing else, and they normally want your attention on their terms, and if you don't give it to them, they take their energy away. And they say, the hell with you. So you become enslaved to them and bitter about it on top of it. It can be so sad, that kind of life. You know, so it takes a very, very deep commitment. You bury yourself in the knowledge. You know, these are the only students of mine that are allowed to get so absorbed in the knowledge that they don't live the truth. Because that'll come. It'll come. But I have to get very, very, very absorbed in the knowledge, because that logical truth settles in layer by layer by layer by layer until it's time. It emerges. It does. But it's the mastery that matters. And the questions. And the questions. To know how to ask a question, this is the great goal of a projector. Here is where their real power is.
And you know, I'd like to give a special offer for all the projectors watching this that goes forward into perpetuity. Is that if you want to dive into this knowledge for real and have that direct experience, and you want to make the commitment to recognizing the truth, is that I will offer a special discount on the minimum donation for my services when working with projectors if you are challenged financially. I'm very happy to offer this eternally for the projector, because you really need to know. It's such a massive commitment. I can't even imagine what it's like not having access to a sacral that can guide me around. Because, I mean, I trust my sacral. I have life force energy and I trust it. My mind can freak out, you know. And yet my body knows when enough is enough. I take a few deep breaths and suddenly I witness the autopilot come back online, and I do what I need to do in life to keeping on. And it's not quite the same for projectors. For projectors, as Ra was saying, there is so much conditioning and there's so much expectation from others to fulfill that conditioning. to continue being this conditioned being. People expect you to be a certain way, and if you don't keep up, then they're upset with you and they'll take their energy away. And so for those projectors of you who are dedicated to the truth, I give you my deepest thanks. I can't even imagine how many people you may share benefit with throughout your entire life. All I know is that you can do it. We can do this. We can grow up for real as humanity, not simply as individuals, as a collective, as tribes, as a species. We can mature into a higher order wherein we're not brutally killing each other so much. And it begins one person at a time. That's where this all begins, one at a time. And for the record, that offering of a discount on the minimum donation for financial hardship is not specifically and only for projectors. That's for anybody who wants to truly learn this knowledge and live as themselves. It's simply with projectors, there's a little extra giddy joy within myself because of the potential of what they can actually do.
If you have enjoyed the show and would like to learn more about how all of this applies specifically to you, then kindly refer to the link in this video's description, Private Consultation. Here, we can dive into all of the details together in a recorded call. May your signature vibration of satisfaction, success, peace, and surprise find you in a good way.